particular campaign. I hope it's not going to be our downfall. Let's really hope we can continue it. I would want to survive. I would really want to have a flawless mission here, because I think then we finally are more or less over the hill of the first month and could give it a shot for the second month. I'm so much looking forward to offer you guys a little bit more playtime in the mid game. So let's hope that the first 2 months are going to hold. The most important part will be no injury on our guys, because we have no backup team. It's just them, and if they are injured, we are in deep shit. Good. It's always better to start on high ground, because your sniper is then automatically having a nice position. Of course, the game doesn't want us to have high ground, so we shouldn't be surprised about that. It's just the way the game works. And since it's a built-in feature for me already to not receive high ground, we will need to cope with what we have. We are currently seeing that there are 2 civilians. I'm just barely getting them into the range of this battle scanner to make sure that they are non-hostile. And let's see what's up. Both of them are scanned, so they are fine. Our ranger has Phantom, which motivates me to be a little bit more aggressive on the advancement path here. I want to maybe even rescue some of the civilians during our first rounds. And we know that he is currently safe, so that'll give us some motivation also to move up. I'm not going behind that gas tank. That's not going to happen, guys. It might look like a tasty cover, but I was once told, "Thou shall never piss your pants," because in the short run it might be warm and cozy, but in the long run you do have a problem. Just imagine someone is shooting at us. That will mean instant kill. Well, I guess we know that there is a sectoid pack on the left-hand side. That's 1 civilian down, 6 more in reserve, and we need to really start this party soon, elsewise we are going to be in trouble. Let us advance here, check if there's any other pack than the sectoid. Answer is no. So carefully moving over here to rescue this dude.
Come on, hustle.
This guy seems to be like someone who doesn't really enjoy being rescued, because he's positioning himself in a very awkward position. Dude, just run a little bit closer, for the sake of it. Can't be that difficult.
Move.
High ground positioning, hopefully not going to trigger something. Nice little full cover as well. I really like it. Perfect. So very solid positioning of the sniper. I'm really thinking about rescuing this guy. Probably not worth it though. Not at the moment. He seems to be not in danger. But yeah, mark my words, I think if we are not rescuing him, we are going to be in a problem. So yeah, let's instead rescue him. Having 2 secured guys is not too shabby. Also moving into full cover with Wingstra. That looks pretty solid. And now we triggered the first pack. No, we haven't triggered them. They are just spotted by our ranger. I really love the ability. His phantom is saving us so much trouble. So yeah, instead of going for the sector, let's go for one of the troopers to make sure he's already down. We're starting off with our sniper. 91%. In your face. That was a nice hit. I like it. Not going to advance too far now, because you guys might have seen we had a couple of civilians here and here, and although the civilians at the starting point are most probably not going to be faceless ones, my experience with the civilians further down the street is exactly the opposite. So in other words, I smell a faceless one. 50-50 to get that guy in half cover. The other alternative is to simply bomb away the cover. I think that's not needed at the moment. I want to be a little bit mindful with our grenades. Let's instead go for the 50-50 shot. Nope. Didn't work out. This one here is a solid flanking position of Wangstra. Not going to trigger anything there. We know that already. 75% chance to kill. Really? Are you fucking kidding me? Don't want to advance too far with him. But I also can't accept that this guy here is going to survive. So, how far is his throwing range? This is barely in range. If you would move to here, that's 1 to 3 tiles away. So let's assume, yeah, that's still in range for his throwing capabilities. He will be uncovered, but at least he's in solid cover from both sides, which is important. Don't want to lose him for unnecessary flanking maneuver or whatever. So yeah, it might have looked a little bit wasteful to go there for a grenade, but I didn't want to risk it, and I still have the feeling that some of the civilians there are faceless ones. So that was the logic behind this turn. Wanted to make sure nothing happened. The sector is now falling back, and there is an advent officer plus probably 3 grunts, or troopers rather. Well, probably they are even grunts. Fucks, whatever. Like 3 of them are behind here, so we already know it. I am going to play just a little bit more aggressive this time than as compared to the last time, because we can't afford to lose too many of the civilians.
On my way.
Okay, so this nice little sector is on his way to the next group. We can't let him really reach them, because we already know from mission number 1 that if a sector teams up with an advent officer, he will be a walking fortress of 20, or that pack will be a walking fortress of 27 hit points. And we are not going to be able to kill them fast enough.
Move into designated position.
So this here is a solid position. I know that I'm in vision range. It's again a 50-50. And this time we hit, guys. This time we hit. Really nice, very solid. got him before he went away.
All right, I'll go.
I'm not going to the left-hand side, although the med kit here, or I don't know, maybe that's this Swiss ambassador who just visited. Could be also a Swiss ambassador. So like this Swiss little nation here is still dangerous because there could be this ambassador in reality could be a faceless one, and that was the whole reason why I'm keeping here in the middle. I'm trying to keep the forces as tight as possible, so to speak, to minimize any chance of triggering faceless ones. And we know already that this guy over here is not a faceless one, elsewise they wouldn't have taken shots at him. I'm a little bit concerned if the sectoid back here is shooting over here, and this guy here would theoretically more or less be in range of his vision. Like, why isn't he shooting at this guy? Realistically speaking, I got the feeling that we are not talking about a human there. He might be disguised as a civilian, but the reality is probably a little bit different. We need to reload, as much as we mislike that fact. So this round is not going to be one of the super crazy Syken goes in and triggers another pack rounds. It's more going to be one of the Syken is very, very carefully putting everyone in full cover, trying to stay on Overwatch with 2 of the guys, and trying to reload with the remainder. Next round is probably going to be the first contact. No, it's even this round. So yeah.
Negative damage. We've got advent here.
And there's the commander with his 3 troopers, as I mentioned. Wangstra is not hitting, but not hitting for Wangstra means he basically still deals 1 point of damage. And that's why I like the repeaters so much. They are just good. I like them. Oh, that is satisfying to see that this guy is now under siege, because there wouldn't have been a fighting chance for us to get away without hit point damage if this civilian here would have been also faceless one. We are currently having we currently triggered 4 enemies, and I intend to not trigger any more. That's the reason why we're not advancing at the moment. Let's first take our very, very calm and secured observation about whom we want to kill first. I think it's time for one of these infamous grenades that are usually being produced by Rhodey. This is going to be a secure kill plus a lot of cover removal. So yeah, that's why we are doing it. We want to get rid of as many guys as possible now in this round. And look at that, beautiful. Like, Rhodey, you're the man. The Swamp Child is carrying the guy who was formerly trained by Crocodile Dundee himself in the jungle of Australia. He learned how to throw the grenades real good. Like, look at these 2. Mwah! Perfecto. I like it. Moving to here is going to take full cover. We would have a solid shot here. I'm still concerned about the sectoid who is here. We could trigger him, and that's not really what I want. Or as the Spice Girls were saying, I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. And that wasn't one of the things. I can't remember their song being about sectoids and that they really want to trigger them. So let's take the 66% shot here. Yeah, beautiful. Now we got the small, quote-unquote small ones away. And that brings that leads us to a comfortable position. The AI will target this dude here, so he's probably going to be toast. Sorry, bro. I regret to inform you, but you have been dumped. But good news, we are probably going to take solid shots.
Okay.
This here is still full cover. We can overwatch. Why the heck can't I give our civilian aid protocol? That would be super awesome. Imagine that I'm giving him aid protocol and he's then simply going to ignore this guy. Now my problem is, again, Switzerland embassy here. Like, super good position, we can get a flank on him, life's good, it's all fine. Unfortunately, I don't know if this guy here is for real, and I don't want to risk it. We could go for a grenade for flashbang. That's unfortunately a little bit short. We could go to here. That's probably going to trigger the sector though. So in reality, what we are going to do is we are going to use our aid protocol in case he thinks about shooting at our MVP. And I'm still going to take this shot because although it's only 33%, we will have a guaranteed 1 point of damage in minimum. And next round, it could have removed the cover, and next round we can kill this guy for sure, because all it takes now is 1 hit. Also, the shotgun can deal up to 6 points of damage. That's important to know. So a couple of reasons promoted that one shot. Wow, what's wrong with them? He is standing next to this guy and he's fucking it up. Not going to happen, bro. Even with your mark, that is not going to happen. Lucky for us, or positive for us, he had full cover plus the drone, so that was plus 70 defense. So effectively, the enemy didn't really have a chance to hit him. We could now go for the second grenade. Not sure if it's the smartest play though. I mean, the grenade plus our sniper definitely would take care of it. That's a 50-50 shot. If the cover would be removed, it would be pretty much a free kill. I would want to move the sniper up here, to be honest, for the next round. It will give us so much more optionality also for the latter part of the map. So if we can come up with a convincing way of how to deal with this dude without like pulling the rest of the stamped map, we should do it. Okay, so positive news. We haven't really triggered anything. Negative, he's still in full cover. So yeah, not going to work out really.
What's over there?
I still want to use the grenade, although that might look wasteful, because we have no other way to get to this unit. And once the cover is gone, we now would have our combat protocol here to finish him. I guess that's a very solid play because it's an ensured kill. We made sure that this guy is not threatening us in any way. Zoot! That's what I didn't want to happen. I don't even know how they are being triggered. Like, look at how far we are away. We were here, and these guys were here. I don't really know how it happened, but I can tell you the idea of repositioning has just died. Instead, we are going to Overwatch. And they are going to run into us. Here we go, first shot. And first one down. Good job. Quertek, welcome to the stream. Is it true that the gremlins now trigger enemies? Was there a patch that I have missed? Was there a patch that I have missed? I know that there is a bug that sometimes they are triggering, but really? Is that intended now? And if so, could you find out where that has been announced? Because I don't believe that they would fuck up the game. That would make the gremlin like totally useless or near useless. Like Haywire would be a completely different story. Comet Protocol. Yeah, I know that they did it. I know that they did it before. Sometimes they are triggering, like once in a while, and it's a proper explanation what just happened. But yeah, maybe I can find a mod now and then which fixes this unintended triggering. But yeah, for now we need to cope with it. At the end, if everything else fails, there is only one thing that remains true. It's XCOM, baby. And you're playing that game because it's hard, not because it's smooth on you. If you want to play something that is smooth on you, you're playing fucking, I don't know, Call of Duty or Tetris. But this game here is not, or at least you're not playing legendary difficulty. Good. Back to the topic at hand. We could go here, but double movement doesn't appear sexy for us. Also, keep in mind this guy here has still a decent vision range, so if we're entering, we might be in a little bit of trouble. We do have a protocol, which kind of gives me a motivation to still advance a little bit more, because we would have the option to aid protocol. These civilians here are a little bit blocking our advancement. So I don't want to go there. Any of these here, like 3 of them, any of these here could be a faceless one. No, not going to happen. And we are currently talking about 50-50 shots. So let's take the 50-50 shot here. Unfortunately, squad side is now becoming more of a burden for the distance already. I wish I could go here, but that would be a waste of 1 full turn. I could go and throw a grenade, but moving the sniper here, that's never ever going to be in range. Far too far away. Is it worthwhile? I guess that's the question. Is it worthwhile to go with the others first, then go here and take a better position with a sniper? I think the answer is yes. So let's start with Roby. He also has a 50-50 more or less. Because he has 4 points of secured damage with his gun. And he still has a lot of ammunition. There we go. Let's still one more trooper if I have counted correct, and one more trooper. Before we do all of the nice little things, let's put our sniper up here, like I intended to do. It's a double move, but I think it's worthwhile. The penalty will be much lower. And I really like the positioning because in case afterwards, like the faceless ones are probably, the probability of one of them being a faceless one is really high. And once this happens, I would want to have someone who's in range. Yeah. By the way, chat is still commenting about the gremlin and how it sometimes is triggering, specifically when hacks are being happening. So yeah, I do agree. It hasn't happened so often for me, to be honest. Like, I can't say it has happened like regularly, but it happened once in a while, and you should be aware about it. That's the reason why I'm always checking it as the first part and not necessarily as the last part in each round. It'll give you some more flexibility to react in case something is triggered. Good. Let's still be on Overwatch here. Probably he's going to reanimate. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Solid miss of Wangstra, but luckily we do have this nice repeater. That's really unfortunate. Normally I would counter the mind control with a flashbang, but the guy who has the flashbang is currently mind controlled. So let's really think that through. We will need to kill the sector this round if possible. We could go for a sword attack. There's still like this other dude. So if we go there, we are exposing ourselves quite significantly. If we talk about sword attacks, that's 6 to 8 points of damage. Low crit chance, so it's probably not going to kill him. Also, by the way, our guy who is having the combat protocol, respectively the stock, and could deal the last point of damage, is also the one being mind controlled. So yeah, not really the best situation to be in. We don't have run and gun with him, so not going to work. Not going to work. Let's think this through on. Let's think this through. So we could hope for a lucky punch here and like hit him with a 50-50. Yeah, that's maybe going to work, but the chances are that it's rather not going to work. The trooper is also dangerous, so maybe as an idea, we are starting out with killing the trooper, but yeah, that would bring us into or that would lead us to a very unfortunate situation. The positioning here is bad, guys, and my thought process is currently the following. The AI has no problem in running him anywhere into really stupid open positions, and since the movement rate of these guys is equivalently large, there is no way that they are outrunning him and being in cover whilst the others are not in cover. So in other words, we will need to fight it. We can't just move away and wait 2 rounds. Not going to happen. The full cover here sucks because it will just give us odds. Even if we move closer, we're probably ending up with anything lower than 40%. We can use the sword, which is a good idea, but we will still have the problem of this trooper. We will still have the problem of this trooper. So we could go for 50-50, and if that one is hitting, we can sword attack him and we're probably going to kill him. That's the aggressive method. If it's not hitting, we're just retreating our guys. The other option is we start with killing the trooper, and then somehow try to manage to wiggle down that sector. Tough call. What's again the chances of our sword attack? Like, that's 90%, so that should work out once we have killed him. Yeah, we need to go for the sectoid, guys. I think. Question from the chat: does line of sight, interruption break, mind control? No, it doesn't. Only flashbangs could help us now, and the guy with the flashbang is mind controlled. So very, very unfortunate. Let's take the 50-50 shot here. I decided we take the aggressive route. We are not being rewarded for this. The game tells us, fuck you. You shouldn't have tried. Still trying to find a position where we are having full cover against these guys here and still being able to maybe take a couple of shots. This one here is okay-ish. Keep in mind we still have a repeater proc chance. We don't want to go on Overwatch because that would simply mean we are overwatching into our own guy. Now that was a 6 hit points shot. We could now go for the 90% slash attack. There is still a trooper, and if the mind control breaks, we don't have an extra turn with this guy. It's just like mind control breaks, and that's about it. But we will get shot anyways. This guy even has a flashbang grenade, so, and he has combat protocol. So we will definitely take damage if we're not going for an aggressive move. That might look borderline suicidal what I'm doing, but it's really controlled aggression. I'm calculating the odds of us receiving damage from our own guy, which is 100%, and this here is just a 60-70% shot of him. And look at that, we even got a chance to do 8 protocol on our exposed soldier. I was wrong, you get another action with your soldier once the mind control breaks. Wangstra is giving him at least some sort of cover, like that's 20%. So it's down to a 50-50 and another 50-50 if we could kill him. Nope, we missed him, but that's down to the wire. Now he might shoot the civilian, because the civilian is an easier target. Come on, bro, go for the civilian. Don't you dare even looking wrong at this unit. No, 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 no. Whoa. 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 Yeah, so a question from the chat: could I have broken line of sight to hinder our own guy to not take shots at us? Yes, that is the case, but keep in mind, guys, he has the same movement rate, so he's just going to double move, and that's about it. So you can't always run away like a chicken, and often in the situation he stood here. Like, look at his range where he could move. He could move up to here, so everything here is still inside. Everything here is still inside. We would have needed to run back to that door, literally running to this guy and saying, "Hello, dear faceless, please don't eat us right now." I think running away wouldn't have solved our issue. I might be wrong. I might be now like this little guy who knows it better after he survived the situation, but I think the play was still correct. We couldn't have moved away from them. Speaking about being able to move away, this guy wasn't able to move away, and he got his fair payment for what he deserved. And look at that, guys. The dude in the Swiss ambassador, the Swiss ambassador was a faceless one. I predicted it, and I said, let's not go to the Swiss ambassador because he is the one who is going to be a faceless one, and I was right. Luckily for us, they are too far away and cannot reach us as of now. So, let's reload.
Not even close.
1 point of damage. That's not what I wanted to see, bro. Sniper reloads as well.
Moving to Overwatch.
Yeah, Rhodey needs to reload as well. So a couple of Overwatch shots here. We're not going to kill any of the faceless ones, except if the instant kill proc works. But yeah, the Swiss ambassador is taking his chances. He's now approaching us. So much for our quality Overwatches. I really like it when my guys are know how to take a couple of Overwatch shots. And the situation now is a little bit more critical than it might look, because we are having two faceless ones next to us, literally next to us. So tactic here will be, let's focus this one here, this guy here down. Move close to him and flashbang the other dude. %. That's what I wanted to hear. Solid 6 points of damage. Very nice.
I got you. You're safe.
Alright, so next civilian saved. Let us try to kill this guy here. It's down to 1 HP. And we even got a hair trigger. Now let's talk about being lucky. Good. Cover doesn't mean anything against them, so that's the reason why I take the maximum time to move away from them.
Is it clear?
And we are going to give them a nice little disorientation, because that will reduce their movement speed, and that's exactly what we were looking for. We don't want him to move up to our sniper. Certainly not. Yep, when they are disoriented, their movement rate is really, really bad.
Understood. Moving out.
Unfortunate for us, we are not really the best person to shoot in melee combat. So our sniper is just moving away a little bit.
I'm ready.
Guess question of the day is, can we kill him this turn? And the answer is probably I don't know. We don't have proper vision. So let's move away from him. Make sure that we have enough space in between all of our guys, so in case he could hit, we're just being hit once. The guys that can see him will take shots at him. He will regenerate 2 hit points, but that's fine. I rather prefer to hit him without the aiming penalty. Yeah, and maybe we're dealing enough damage with our shotgun. So now, disorientation removed. The faceless one is still finger pointing. You should have learned that you are not finger pointing, you're trying to go for a compromise. It's definitely not a gentleman.
Adjusting aim.
So yeah, that was his full move, but let's be honest and not fool ourselves. There is not going to be another round of running away. This is it. This is the final stand.
Moving on target location.
We are going to kill him either now or never. 5 points of damage, and I would like to give our sniper another kill.
No longer a threat. Menace 1-5, status confirmed. We're not
Can't believe we've just managed to kill the whole
status confirmed.
alien
Mission accomplished.
team without even taking damage. I was one alien short of the 14 that I promised, but that's just another flawless mission. Good job! It was close at times, specifically with the mind control. Like that one I didn't like at all. But yeah, overall it worked out pretty fine, very solid. And I think we're also now, since we're near the end of the first month, we are also getting supplies to make sure that we can get the squad size upgrade. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get even 1 or 2 more promotions, because the guys have been on all of the missions together. Yeah, look at that. Really, really nice. So we're going for lightning hands. Thank you so much. I know that probably some of the viewers are more interested in Shadow Strike. I had such a large, vastly success with Shadow Step that I would want to do to take it for the first team. And here is the question, suppression is a nice skill to take care about one target, specifically mutants that will appear soon, or demolition, which will give us a little bit more cover removal. Let's go with suppression. I mean, I would want to go for a demolition build as well, but we are lacking our cover removal at the moment, and as long as this doesn't really we are lacking the ability to kill the enemy fully, and as long as this doesn't change, I guess suppression is going to be one of the skills that we are using quite often. Hundreds and hundreds of corpses and 2 faceless ones, which are nice. Also plus 15 supplies. Congratulations, that worked out well. Now, I guess that's a good moment in time to take a little break.